family? What up, family? Let's get started. Let's get started. Let's get started. Let's get started. What's poppin', family? Let me get TikTok going.
Right here.
Live trading Q&A. What's happening, family? Let's get going. Let's get going. Q&A. What's happening? What's happening? Supreme Risings. Let's get some 8s in the chats. Let's get some fire in the chat. Man, I had a hell of a podcast yesterday. It was amazing. It was amazing. Shout out OBG. Shout out to the Las Vegas Trading Academy. Shout out to the holistic world. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mr. H. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. What's poppin'? He said, I even have all my notification on. Oh, I appreciate that. What's poppin'? Yo, TikTok, what's poppin'? As y'all coming to this live, y'all tap that screen. Everybody over here on YouTube, I don't know, YouTube be lagging like a motherfucker sometimes. Pardon my French early in the morning. They be lagging. So, y'all drop y'all cities in the chat. Let me show y'all cities some love. What's poppin'? What up, Cindy? What up, John? What up, JB? What up, Sean? Daniela, what's happening? What up, Brody? Yo, Liza. ¿Qué pasa, mamita? What's happening? We live in Las Vegas, man. Listen, man, this podcast thing is about to blow. And I'm like so excited for it. Tonight we're going to the Strip, and we're doing live content directly on the Strip, directly looking for groups, couples, singles, and literally just asking them just some of the most randomest question that Mr. H can just come off the top of his head with. But we're gonna get some good content just to basically start promoting the voice, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna go down. Like, I'm extremely excited because not too many people have the ability or have the access to have your backyard be the Las Vegas Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to brag, but I'm just telling y'all, it's on. Love from India. Kaise aap, bhai. Kaise aap. Now that's what I just saw. You know you Lisa Marie, aka the Holistic Queen. You know what I'm saying? We know who you are. I just saw that Liza Matu. I said, oh shit. She on. Patrice, I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. Yo, TikTok, what's poppin'? Y'all tap that screen. We're gonna get some movement in. Today I wanted to get on here and I said, you know what, I'm gonna give you guys a little surprising. Let me come on Thursday. Normally I don't do Thursdays. You have a lot of news today. So I said we have a lot of new people in our community. We have also a lot of new subscribers, new followers. So I said, you know what, let me just do a nice little Q&A. And if you guys have any trading questions or any technical analysis questions, trading view questions, broker questions, whatever it may be, type them up in the comments, and then I will make sure I get to them. And I'm like versus just kind of like giving you a basic class that like I always do and just give you guys zones. I know there's going to be a lot of news today, so I want to answer you guys' questions by showing it to you on the charts live. That would be my purpose today. That would be the purpose. Yanni, what's happening? I'm back. Miss Shaw, what's up? Mr. H, what's up? Yes, all facts here. What's poppin'? I hope y'all excited because I'm extremely excited. I'm extremely excited how the market was moving. That 78.75 that I gave everybody, like I think it was 2 days ago. I think it was Tuesday. I gave y'all that. Oh man, it hit beautifully. Oh, it hit beautifully. That thing is, phew, talking like 500 pips. That's like 500 pips. That's like 500 pepitos on gold. Oh my goodness, 500 pepitos. 550. 550 to be exact. So Jazzy, here it is. Where's there's red folders? What does that mean to us? What does news mean exactly? What's up, Mr. H? Good morning, 4 a.m. Pacific Northwest. Amen. So Jazzy, what that means is when you have red news folder, that means that has actually a major effect into the market. So the best way I like to describe the folder colors. When you see a yellow folder, that means news can have a minor, basic minor effect in the markets. Meaning whatever your projection, whatever news is going to come out, it's going to have a minor effect to it. You see an orange folder, it has more of a greater chance to have some type of movement or manipulation in the market with an orange folder. So that means being careful with your trading projections. So anytime I see orange folders, I like to take my zones a little deeper. So you never know, just to because I always say it's better to be safe and sorry in the financial markets because you're dealing with money and you're dealing with trillions being pumped into a market and you're putting in hundreds of dollars and you're playing with pennies. So if that's the case, when I see a red folder, I start understanding like, I'm only trading from zone to zone. I'm not fiddling in the middle because now Jerome Powell might speak, Donald Trump might speak, or Nancy Pelosi might speak, or Elon Musk might speak. And now all of these individuals have major effects on the market and each individual has a different effect on the market. So when I see red folders like this today, and it's about retail, it's about core retail sales, it's about, you can even go right here and it'll tell you, change in the total value of sales of the retail level. Actual greater than forecast is good for currency. I'm in the retail business and I'm telling you that shit down like a motherfucker. And there it is right there. I'm in the retail business for the last 20 plus years. That shit down like a motherfucker. So I already know it's gonna be negative. I already know that shit gonna be negative. So when you got these red folders, I'm like, so if I'm over here looking at gold, that shit might tank it. That shit might just, boom, tank the market. So I have to look for projections like that. So that's why it's always like, let me turn my camera around TikTok so y'all can see my face. Supreme Rising, beautiful people. Supreme Rising, we're finna turn that hat around. That's why it's always like key to have a trading routine, reset that routine, and be willing to clean your charts. Clean your charts and prepare new charts. I look at charts like making my bed. Understand that. Understand that metaphor. I look at charts like making my bed. If I get to my charts and they all messy and they got a whole bunch of lines and shit on them, or I go to an old chart where I ain't been on in a whole bunch, it's like sleeping in the guest room and not making the bed. You won't do that shit. You can't do that shit. You gotta at least make the bed. So you gotta clean your chart. So I go, yesterday was yesterday plays. We're day traders. So if we're teaching day trading, clean your charts up and let's start marking your charts up for today. So don't be afraid to clean your zones and mark new zones. Even if you have Alex's zones or BK zones or Meza zones or Valerie's, Paola zones. It does not matter whose zones you have. Be willing to clean your charts and be willing to consistently mark them up so you have the idea of how to kind of like consistently do the top-down analysis. Watch this. For those who are new to the live, we're talking about day trading. This is a Q&A for day traders. If you're not a day trader, you tripping anyway. You tripping anyway. You love that music? Yeah, it's smooth, right? Can you go over trend lines bounce at a US 30 like a nice explanation for it? Of course. So let's go to US 30. Someone asked, can you explain a trend line bounce? I got you. So this is a 4-hour chart. So if I just make this small, if I just make it small, like this, just like this, all right? It is clear that the market is doing what? Going up. It is going up. So I would take a trend line and I would take it from the bottom of the trend and run it all the way up the trend, just like that. And all I need is 3 confirmations to let me know that this is a valuable area right here. And that's a 4-hour chart. You got, if I dig in there, look, you got several touches right here at the bottom. Bing, 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 boom, blast off. Came back, blast off. Didn't come back until right here. Blast off. Boom. So guess what's happening? Guess what's happening right now on US 30? Guess what's happening? So that's patience. The market moves how many ways? How many ways does the market move? Type it in the chat. The market moves 3 ways. It moves up, it moves down, it moves sideways. So if you go by the history of what I just showed you, if this was a ball, and it did just like this, boom, boom. What do you think it's gonna do right here? Boom. You see? Like that's how it's moving. That's the history. Like that. Bink, bink. That's the 3rd time right there. This is your 4th right here. Boop. So you go into that, you make it bigger. Watch this. Let me get that out of the way. Let's make it bigger so everybody can see. It went straight to the trend line yesterday. That went straight to the trend line. That's a trend line bounce. Boom. So now she have already bounced from the trend line. She's consolidating to find more buyers, which is in this area right here, you see? But because you got more news today, you can't take the risk of selling when she blasts off like she did yesterday. You understand that? So there goes your zone. If she's already blasted from the trend, you have to take that bounce like this. Put some fire in the chat if y'all understand that. Put some fire in the chat if y'all understand that explanation. That's what I mean by trend line bounce. And then on the other side of that trend line bounce, you have break, close, retest. If today's news is a negative, as I expect, and it makes indices tank, that's a 4-hour trend. Let me turn that green because that's a 4-hour uptrend. If the market breaks this trend today, guess what US 30 going to do? It's going to start retracing from its all-time high. The all-time high is here. Let me bring it down so TikTok can see it. Let me get my stance right. This is your all-time high, TikTok. These are all-time highs over here. You see? So now she's going to break this 4-hour trend that I can take you all the way back. Watch this. To when that trend started. Boom. That started Sunday the 6th of April. Understand that. In April. That was 3 months ago. So it's been riding this uptrend for 3 months, respecting this trend. So now she's right here in this area. Boom. If she breaks this area today, she can feel all of this area down here just to balance herself out. So that's be break, close, retest, short the position. Hira, is there a relation between the EMA 200 and the trend line? When I see that EMA 200 right there, that lets me know you're going to have a greater chance of a fake out. That's what that means, because we know the 200 acts as like a slingshot. We know that the 200 acts as a slingshot, so the market would have the tendency to do this, Hira. If this is the trend, it could just come and fetch that 200 and then blast back off into the trend, retest the trend, and then take off. And in this area here, this is where people will close their buys or get their stop loss hit when institutions are waiting right here at the 200, and it's like a liquidity grab. Boom. And that's where you can start projecting fake outs at. When I see EMA 9s close to trend lines or EMA 200s right up on the trend line. So that's where I'll make my zone. Right here, I'll have an aggressive entry at the trend to respect the trend. I will still take the trend, but I just won't put my whole lot size right there. I have the rest of my lot size waiting right here at the 200. So yeah, you can fake everybody else out, but not me. You know what I'm saying? Not me. Not me, Dirty 30. Not me, Dirty 30. Let me get over here on TikTok and see if anybody on TikTok got any questions. Can you mark up how you use the Fibonacci on the daily candle? Of course, Cupcake. I got you. I got you. Of course. Let me. Boom. I'll go to the daily. Since this daily candle is small, let's go to gold. Let's see. Let's get a good daily candle. Let me delete everything. There it is. Right there. So all you do is go from the top of the day to the bottom of the day. It'll be a straight line on your Fibonacci. It's better to use it on the trend like this because this doesn't give you enough evidence. So it says gold is going to come to 33.40 today and then reject. You see, that's just your daily. It's already at 33.27. You see? It's already at 33.27. So that lets me know it's going to reject somewhere. You understand? So if I see that right there, daily shows me that, 61.8 is at 33.40. So if she's already a bearish candle, that means the pullback is to 33.40 before she continues to come down to 3,300. That's exactly what that means. So how do I look at that? How do I do a technical analysis on that? I trap the previous daily rejection, which is here. I don't want to get here because it has very little rejection. This is just a pure bearish candle. You see? You have bullish momentum yesterday at this same price. I can take you back in the day where we were buying from 25, 23, 27, 24. So that's a really good buying area. You see, this is a really good blast off area. So she could blast off from here. So what I do is I just mark the previous daily high and the previous daily low. And then that will give me my zones for the 4 hour where I like to day trade. Bang, like this. Boop, make them orange. There's your bottom. So that keeps me from FOMOing in. I go to my 4 hour, and guess what we have? You have a gap right there. Let's make it big so everybody can see. Let's make the line perfect. Your gap is right here. You see? And that's 33.22 to 33.19. You can buy there. Just that simple, like that. You see, so that's how I mark that up, and that's how I find the zones, like that. I go up here and I go, yesterday 33.77, 33.78, 33.75 hit. So if news pushes her all the way over here, you won't even sell here anymore. It'll blast off and then you'll take the retest. Boom, let's see. Anybody got any more questions? What up, Keith? What up, baby? Y'all should be tapping that screen over here. And don't be afraid to ask your questions. I will see it. I will scroll back and forth through the chat and make sure we get the questions. Hey yo, buenos dias. What up, Nino? That's the zone you got, Crystal? That's what's up. That's what's up. It's a valuable zone, 19 to 22. It's a valuable zone. That 14 is a really big zone area. That 14, the 14 to the 11, that's a big area. Like you have, but you just got to see how news is playing because you also have your trend. You have your trend right here. So like I said, she can bounce back up to 33.40 and you're going to start seeing selling pressure from there. Because imagine that's where Alex was telling us to sell yesterday at 3 in the morning. Early back, he was saying, yo, sell gold at 33.39. You see? So imagine I just gave you a Fibonacci retracement at where a 7-figure trader told me to sell at yesterday. So that shows you the fire of putting the Fibonacci on the daily candle. I hope that answers your question. What up, Ant? Do you use the daily candle or the previous daily candle to mark up, and how do you find your zone? So how I did it on gold. If I have a daily candle, let's check that. Let me empty the charts again. If I have a daily candle like this, Anthony, that means there's no rejection. There's no reason why I should be trying to buy right here. The only reason why I'm trying to buy is because I'm a retail trader, as they would say. That's the mindset someone would have, to be placing buys right here. What you do is you always go with the trend. That is the current trend of the day, selling pressure. Because we like trading rejections, that means we're looking where the market is going to reject from, where it's going to reject from. So if I have no rejections on this daily candle, I go to the previously daily high and the daily low. Why? Because the market is proven to retrace back into those areas. And that's where you get your daily floor and your daily roof. And if you just go back to yesterday and the day before yesterday, she came from the roof all the way down to the floor and went from when people say, yo, Mr. H, how did you know she was gonna go from zone to zone? That's the channel. Boom. It's simple. It's not me being an Einstein. It's not me being the GOAT. It's me understanding that the market for the last 3 days have been going from the floor to the roof. Boom. And when I had the 78.75, that's where the roof was at right here. Boom. It shot right back down to the floor. So until it breaks this area, you buy here again. Boom. Until it breaks this area, you sell here again until it leaves you. That's what good traders do. You guys understand that? You understand that, Anthony? You do that until it leaves you. Understand that. Understand that. Next question. Where my water at? I blaze one up. I'm over here like Cottonmouth Jim right now. I've been up since like 2 o'clock. Denisha, are there certain candles or patterns that stick out to you indicating reversals? Oh, hell yeah. So someone just asked, is there certain candles or certain patterns that stick out to you? So this is where Japanese candlestick patterns, like homework, this is where that comes into the play. And when you're understanding like Japanese candlesticks, let's go to Google. Let's go the simple doji candlestick pattern by Yao. There you go. Anytime I see a doji at the bottom of a downtrend, that lets me know that the market is signifying it's gonna literally reverse. It is showing me a sign that the bearish movement is losing momentum and the market is coming into a confusing state because there's the same amount of buyers and sellers in this position, which signifies reversals in the market. And so you can go, watch this, let's find images. You can go and find this at the bottom of downtrends. You're gonna see you can see all styles of dojis. You have dragonfly dojis, you have greystone dojis. Greystone dojis you're gonna see at the top of an uptrend. You see? So wherever you see a doji at, that is signifying signal reversal, that the market is confused. Now, how do you trade dojis? Because you don't trade on the actual doji candle. You see this right here? You don't trade on this candle. You wait for the following candle to close under the doji or above the doji, and that's how you know which way the market is going. Do you trade options? Yes, I can trade options. I can trade options, I can trade futures, I can trade stocks, I can trade cryptos. I can trade anything that has a candlestick pattern. Understand that. So let's also show you more reversals. You have the hammer. The hammer is a really good candle to watch out for. Bye. Here it is. This candle structure right here, I love seeing it at the bottom of the downtrend because that lets me know that the market is also reversing because the market was going down and then it formed and said, you know what, sellers, sellers, sellers. Buyers came in and pushed this into a bearish momentum looking candle, which signifies that sellers are no longer in power, buyers have actually taken over, and now the market is going to actually go up. And you will mainly see these when the market is in the oversold market. you will see in inverted hammers, let me show you that right here. When the hammer is upside down, you're going to see that at the overbought market, when the market is at its highest highs. And that will show you that the market is signifying a reversal from the top. I hope you guys understand that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And just to guys give you proper definition, a hammer candlestick pattern is a bullish reversal pattern that appears at the bottom of a downtrend. It's characterized by a small body, either red or green, at the upper end of the trading range, and a long lower shadow, which is the wick that you would like to trade off of. Understanding that. Resembling a hammer. There she blows. You see, there's the hammer candle. Let's go with some more questions. Let's go with some more questions. Let's go with some more questions. Let's go. There's a hammer right there. Look at that. There's a hammer right there as we speak. There she goes right there. Gold going down, hammer, boom, right back into this area. You see? Bye out. Perfect. Freddie, can you show an example of a break and retest on the daily, how you would get in? How I would get in on the daily? I'll show you right now. You see how we have the zones? We have the floor at 33.19. We have the roof at 33.77. You see that, Freddie? Type an 8 in the chat if you see that, beautiful people. How I would decide is, because there's a lot of news, I don't need to take a guess and say, yo, I'm just going to just buy her from the 22.19. I will take that just because it's the floor, and for the last 3 days, she's bouncing from there. What I won't do is marry that buy, because I know currently the market is pushing down from 77. It has 500 pips worth of selling pressure on it. You see? So if it literally just pulls up to the 33.40 like we're saying, it has potential to break through the actual floor at the 33.19. Understand that. So if I'm in this buy from a 33.19 from a minus and it's going up, the minute it gets past 30 pips or 40 pips, I'm going to make sure I put my stop loss at break even or a little bit above, just not to take a loss. And if I'm looking at the day, I would literally go, if news gives me a close under here, she would retest the 33.19, 33.22 zone that we just gave, and she will sell from there. You see? That's how that would work. So if I put that zone back right here, like how we had it, that buy zone, 22.19, boom. That is a reversal, and that would literally allow me to go, all right, that's a flip zone now, and we flip this buy zone to a sell zone. That's how you do it. Buy out. That's how I would trade on the day. I hope that answers your question, Freddie. Let's go to TikTok. Let's go to TikTok. TikTok, y'all tripping if y'all not asking questions. Somebody said, I'm driving and watching. How can I find this info later? It'll be on my YouTube, bro. It'll be on my YouTube. Do you use Robinhood? No, I don't use Robinhood. Robinhood is for the masses. Robinhood is for the masses. McDonald's is telling people to use Robinhood. You're welcome, my brother. Jazzy. So telling retest means take another buy as it is rejecting? No. Retest doesn't mean that. Retest means if it breaks a zone, it has to retest a zone. So for an example, if news, let's say the 22.19 is a hit. The market comes down like this, and boom, and she flies all the way back to where she rejected yesterday, okay? Y'all see this right here. But it goes through, boom, and it closes at versus 77, it closes at 80, 33.80, right here. Boom, the market will retest this area back to like a 77, 75. It'll retest back to the top of the structure that it just broke. You understand? It just broke this structure right up in here. So it will come back, it will retest. On the retest, you buy back up here. Boom. That's how you can take trades and re-enter into trades as they keep breaking through levels. You take another entry on the retest. That's how a lot of traders trade, swing trade into trades and keep taking bigger positions as that trade grows. Because not only do they have floating capital, their margins are increasing, so therefore they can able to jump in for bigger lot sizes. So you come in safe and careful here, then you enter in a little bit bigger here, then you enter in a little bit bigger here, and its history is showing you that that's what it's doing. Yes, right after class, this is posted. Can you explain a engulfing candle reversal? I'll show you right here on Google. Best way to do it. Best way to do it. Bum 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 Here we go. Do 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 do. Are you ready? You have bullish and you have bearish engulfing candles, meaning that it is a two candlestick pattern that typically appears at a downtrend. You see that? In this pattern, the second candle is a large green bullish candle that completely engulfs the first smaller red candle. That is bullish engulfing. Bearish engulfing, this will be a small green candle. This will be a big red candle. So that's how I know. So let me turn the camera around TikTok and look and let you guys see my face. YouTube, I want you guys to look at my face when I explain to you this. To enter into trades, it's not because you feel like this is the zone. Never enter into a buy or a sell without proper confirmation of bullish confirmation, bearish confirmation. And the best way to confirm it is when the candle closes above the actual signal that gave you the idea that you wanted to buy. So if the market is coming down and I see a hammer candle, that lets me know that the market is trying to reverse back up. I don't trade that hammer candle. The following candle that opens, if it closes above that hammer, that lets me know that the following candle is going to retest in. I open a long position and I put my stop loss at the bottom of the hammer and I ride that trade all the way up because now I have proper confirmation. If I see double tops or a bearish engulfing pattern at the top of an all-time high, I don't trade the bearish candle. I trade the following candle that literally pierces back up and I take the short position down and I put my stop loss at the top of the bearish engulfing candle. That's proper risk management. And if you move your stop loss at the bottom of the hammer or the top of the engulfing bearish candle, and it's way outside your margins, you are fucking over leveraging. It's literally just that simple. If you go, all right, I'm going to enter in like Mr. H says, and I'm going to enter in. Let me show you on the candles. Watch this. Let me show you on the candles so y'all can really understand. Watch this. Let's go. Where do we see that hammer at? What was it? Yeah, right here. So watch this. Watch this, guys. I'm going to clear the charts. This is going to be prime example. Here's a hammer. That shows me that the market is no longer going down. Here's your following candle closed above it. This will be my entry. And that entry would have been 33.23 and it would have took me all the way to 33.77. That is literally almost what? 500 pips. That's almost 500 pips. If I enter in right here at this candle, right there, let's make it green. Boom, I'm gonna make it as simple as possible. Boom, right here. This is where we bought. my stop loss in the entry of the trade would initially go right here at the bottom of the hammer. Okay? That's where my stop loss is going to be. That is the correct way of trading. That's dictionary trading. Now here it is. If your stop loss, when you see how much is that you're going to lose right here, if that does not match what you're willing to lose mentally, emotionally, then you are over leveraging right here. Do you understand that? That's how you trade. Super simple. Because most people over leverage, we only give you 30 pip zones. But when you're trading candle confirmation, that's how you trade. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Let's go back. Hammer candlestick pattern. Boom. Let's go. Show more. Watch this. Trading it. Watch this. Trading strategy. Wait for the candle following the hammer. What does it say? Wait for the candle following the hammer to close higher than the hammer's close. Preferably with a strong bullish candle and a higher high according to some traders. Enter a long position, which is a buy, after the confirmation candle closes above the hammer's high. Look what it says. Stop loss. Place a stop loss order below of the hammer candle, which is the bottom. Let me tell y'all. Just to let y'all know, I really do this shit. I just teach like with basic layman terms. I just gave you pure definition. This is from Google. I gave it to you raw so you can understand it. You put your shit right there. And if you see where that's supposed to be and you realize that is way too much money, then you over leveraging up here. Understand it. Somebody hit me with the mustache and the cowboy hat. That's how you know you over leveraging. And if you have to have a smaller stop loss, then your stop loss is going to get hit every fucking time because you're creating liquidity close to your fucking entry because you're fucking over leveraging. So that means your goals is way bigger than the capital that you actually have. And that's where you spiritually go wrong when you trade. Because spiritually, this is what it is. Because it's a 7 trillion market now. Not even a 6.6. So everybody has money there. I gave you pure definition that Google gave you. So imagine when your mentor is telling you, yo, you can't put your stop loss right there. Then your shit is going to get hit. Your shit is going to get hit. And it's going to get hit 10 times. Your shit is going to hit 9 times. And then the one trade is going to go. You're going to be fucking mentally and spiritually exhausted and saying, fuck trading. I'm going back to work right now. With this example, you just showed when would you move your stop loss in profit. Let me show y'all this. Here we go. Watch this. Let's go. Great question. Great question. Because in the market, because you're day trading, watch this. Because you're day trading, let's go to the 4 hour. Here's that same little area. So we entered in here. The minute the market literally pierce outside this area. So let's get into it. Let me remove this guy. You entered in right here. Your stop loss is down here. The market gave you maybe a small drawdown. You had like a small little drawdown from here. Boom, boom. You rolled the drawdown out because your stop loss is here. You rolled your drawdown. You went negative. Let's say, all right, here's 20. Let's do 10 cents. So you went from a 33.24 all the way down to a 33.10. So that's a hell of a drawdown in a day trading type trade. If you're swing trading this would be a swing trade. But if you don't over leverage, that 10 cents is literally like negative, like almost like $100. Understand that. You're like negative almost like 100 some bucks. So imagine from 100 some bucks being in a drawdown, within 8 hours, you're back into break even. Understand that. You went negative like $100, And within 8 hours, you were back at break even. Within 12 hours, you were in profit, literally 120 pips. So that's already another 140 bucks. So you're back in profits 140 bucks. The same that you was negative 12 hours ago. So imagine that. Half of your day that you spend right now clocking in and not getting paid, you would have just been in a drawdown on your phone. No boss, no managers, chilling with your kids, stop loss in place, and then that trade will take off. When that trade takes off, this is where I start doing like this. Next barrier. Stop loss is under the hammer on the daily, remember. So if I'm trailing that, I'm trailing going, all right, let's go to the next level of wicks. See these wicks? You see the wicks? I'm following my stop loss through the wicks. It goes up some more. Boom. I bring it here. Boom. I'm just following the wicks. You see? I'm just following the wicks. Boom. It takes off here. It's at break even. You see? My stop loss break even now. It's up here. My stop loss in profit now. Boom. Now it's a win-win situation. I'm already taking partials from here. You see? I'm taking partials from here. So as it's going up, I'm taking partials. I'm taking partials. Every time I moving my stop loss, I'm yanking partials, yanking partials, yanking partials. By the time it comes here, it can clip me out anyway. I don't give a damn. But imagine what we're seeing right now. Boom. Boom. Look. What do you think it's going to do right here? At that 22.19. What do you think it's going to do at that 22.19? Boom. It's showing you. So all you got to do is have the patience to wait. And not only wait, watch this. Let me turn the camera around. Let me turn the camera around. Not only wait, but wait for a reversal. Wait for a bullish confirmation at the bottom of a downtrend on a 4 hour. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4-hour candles. 5 4-hour candles. That's 20 hours of bearish momentum. Before you start trying to just direct buy for longer holds versus scalping, make sure you have a bullish confirmation. And if you get a bullish confirmation on a 4-hour chart, man, that shit is gonna go to an all-time high. Like, it's just like that. I hope you guys understood this. This was 46 minutes of Q&A. How do you this with XRP when the price continues to go up? You find retracements to buy back in. So if I'm looking at XRP on a 4-hour chart, I go where the last place she took off at. Here you go. It's super simple. This is called Fibonacci retracement. I take a fib. She bounced from here. She was sitting at $2.80. She's at $3. Fuck, she's at $3. Fuck, my crypto portfolio booming right now. I didn't even know she was at $3 right now. Thank you, whoever just asked this XRP question. Here you go. I can show you this on Bitcoin as well. Watch this. Boom. Watch this right here. $3.10 you can buy back in her. $3.10 you can buy back in her. That's how that works. Yeah, it went to the bottom where she dropped and where she took off to right here. Right here you can buy in. So the next following retracement, then she goes off. And you can see that she follows that, how she goes up. Like that, boom. That's literally a trend line rejection, you see? It's super simple. That's a trend line rejection on XRP. One bounce, look. Bounce, 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 bounce. Doesn't even touch it. Bounce all the way here. Retracement. Bounce like that. Because people are going to start taking profits. People are silly. People start taking profits. So that means that'll bring some rejection in the market. How did I know everybody should buy Bitcoin at 116? Let me show you again. There it is right there. Look. There's your fib. It's still here. I was showing this the other day. Boom. There's your fib retracement right there. That big drop that happened from 125, Bitcoin hit the 123, something like that. She hit 123. How do I know to buy in right here? Boom. Fibonacci retracement. This is trading view. This is trading view. Anybody got any more questions? Andreen, did that explanation help you with the stop loss trailing? Anash, I got you. I think I said your name right. I don't know. I don't want to mess it up. As a beginner, can you put a simple strategy for us to follow? Yes, I may. Yes, I will. As a beginner trader, you see these right here? Gold. You see US 30. Come on. I think my mouse about to die. US 30. You see NASDAQ? As a beginner trader, let me turn the camera around so you can look me dead in my face on TikTok and on YouTube. Stay the fuck away from them. Those motherfuckers will ruin you. They'll ruin you. Stay away. Stay away. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't look in the light, Claire Land. Don't look in the light. Stay on the granny pairs. Stay in the currencies. If you're brand new, stay with the currencies. Let me tell you, JPY, GBP JPY, USD JPY, like NZD JPY. Stay on those currencies and just trade over there. You're not going to have the emotional capability to handle NASDAQ, handle gold. Because let me tell you, gold, this bitch ratchet as hell. Bitch ratchet, straight for the streets. And anybody that trades her understands exactly what I'm saying. That bitch is for the streets. Dirty 30? She's exactly what I've just called her. US Dirty 30, that bitch will do you dirty. For real, for real. And I'm talking about with micro mini lots. 0.2s, like 2 cents. That bitch will ruin you. Nasty Nas? Listen, that bitch will make you quit. Nasty Nas, that bitch will make you quit. So if you are a beginner, you better stay your ass over there, that foreign exchange market, on those currency pairs where your actual capital match the management of the leverage of that movement. That's my greatest advice for a beginner trader. So watch this. I'm going to give you guys some great advice. I just told someone brand new to directly go and trade these little granny pairs right here. And the reason why you trade these granny pairs, because you have something that is called the currency strength meter. And that is like a cheat code because it tells you which pair is strongest in the market. And right now, the US dollar is the strongest in the market. I always pair the strongest pair versus the weakest pair. So you got odd USD and you got USD JPY. So if I just told someone to trade those granny pairs, that means if the USD is stronger than the JPY, you're going to see an uptrend. So I'm going to literally look for a buying position. So if I was studying USD JPY, I would have bought right here yesterday for the simple fact that's a daily trend line rejection. I just wasn't watching. It's literally just that simple. You can trade trend line rejection all day. And if you would have entered in here, look at this. You would have bought here. Let's go green. Buy out. Let's go to your 4 hour. Let's see where that entry would be. Look at that hammer. Look at that hammer. Look at that hammer. And you would already have stop loss at this wick right here. This was where your stop loss would be if you were in that from yesterday. Your stop loss would have been down here at first. She took off. You would already have your stop loss above your entry and a back above the trend. The safest way to keep it is to keep it right up under the trend and just be barely in profits and just snatch partials from here as a brand new. Now imagine this. What I love about the JPY pairs, you can go to odd JPY and you can see similar patterns. I know that both of these are weak, so that means you can short these pairs like I told you yesterday. Don't forget, I gave you a sell position here yesterday in Wick Talk. Look at that. I told you she was going to drop. Who was on Wick Talk yesterday? Who was on Wick Talk yesterday? I gave y'all that sale live yesterday, right here. Look at that shit. Ooh. I told y'all sellers were going to come in. I told y'all we were going to get that rejection off the trend right here yesterday. And that thing dropped. You could have swung and held that motherfucker all day till right now, and she's still dropping. You understand that? So imagine that's the first odd JPY. As a beginner, I will go down all the JPY pairs like this. GBP JPY, boom. Look at the pattern. I'll see that pattern, and I'll see where that pattern, how often do I see this pattern? USD JPY, there's that pattern. See the pattern? Euro JPY, a different pattern. So they don't match. Right now, GBP and JPY match. USD and JPY match. CAD, there's that pattern. You see? Let's go back. Look. There's that pattern right now. You see it? GBP, there's that pattern. Look at the Euro. Different pattern. Look at CAD. Same pattern. You see it? You see that little boot, that little pull up? Chef. You see? So I go, yo, this looks like this. Where's she at? The Euro. You see? Chef JPY. Look, Chef JPY and Euro JPY look exactly the same. CAD JPY looks like USD JPY. You see? So when I start doing that, why am I telling you this? Let me turn the camera around again. I just gave y'all a cheat code. If you want to learn how to start being able to trade multiple pairs or having multiple entries to take advantage of multiple micro mini lots, you can go to the JPY pairs because there's like 6 or 7 of them. Find which ones that are moving exactly alike, enter into all of them at the same time, manage one of them, and have 3 positions open because you know they're moving identically. Come on, where you gonna get this fucking sauce at? I love y'all. I love y'all. Oh yeah, gold hit 22. Gold hit the zone. Oh, we 20 pips up on gold. We 20 pips up on gold right now. Look at that. Look at that. She came right into that 22 like I told y'all. That 22.19 and she up. Look at that. Let's draw the zone again. Let's draw the zone. We at the 19 to the 22. Come on, get out of there. What are you doing? 19, 22. I gave everybody this when we first got on. I said, that's your buy area. And you're up 30 pips. It enters the zone right there and blast off. You go to the daily, that's exactly what she did. You see? She did exactly what she did yesterday. She revisited the daily low and bounced from it. Boom. And if you're a day trader, that's 30 pips to the head. That is worthy of saying, all right, let me take partials and let me move my stop loss at break even. Or this is the first time I've taken a trade today. Let me go ahead and take partials so I can have some market money, or let me just take the money real quick. And then if it re-enters in the zone, I'm gonna see some rejection. I'll take the modest versus the aggressive. This is how you trade. This is trading one-on-one. This is trading one-on-one. If news comes in and pushes it all the way back to like 35, 40, and it gets past a 33, 32, it's over. But we know there's a lot of bearish momentum. You got negative news today. So I'm looking for her to crash down. So be careful on these buys. I had my alarm set to the 23 and it never went off. Trading view alarm didn't go off. Oh yeah. We in profits, man. God bless you for helping. Oh, hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I think that was the funniest explanation that I could give a beginner trader is to stay away. I think we should somebody should find that short and literally record that 30-second and drop it. It'll go viral for you. What you think about XCN? Yo, Tony, I think you owe me 100 push-ups for me to give you that explanation. With a name like Tony, if I go to your page, Tony, I guarantee you be working out. I guarantee you be working out. Let me see you. I guarantee you your ass work out. With a name like Tony, for sure. Yeah, what he said. He said light work. Send me a video with 100 push-ups. It ain't got to be in once, and then I'll give you an explanation. I'll give you a breakdown. 100%. Nothing is free. You know that. How do you know the hammer when it's going down? The hammer would only confirm itself once it closes. You see? It closed as the hammer. So that candle won't change. Now all I need to say is what this candle gonna do. Boom, it closed above. That lets me know I'm buying right here. Hands down. You see? It lets me know. If this candle would have closed under this candle, I wouldn't open a buy position because it's showing me the sellers are still trying to literally take the market back down. Like that. And it gave you 2 consecutive higher highs. You see, before it started rejecting. Right there. I believe she bounces. I believe she bounces, to be honest with y'all. I believe she bounces. News might bounce her up. It might drop. If the indices dies, gold is gonna fly. If gold dies, indice flies. Yesterday, one of my buddies had us in a NASDAQ buy that was sitting like driving Miss Daisy. It was sitting literally right here forever. Look, it was sitting right here forever, right there. Everybody was just waiting right here for at least 12 hours yesterday. And then she blasted off in the middle of the night. You see that shit? 5 this morning, she blasted off. So 2 o'clock Vegas time. So that's where patient pays. It's what I did yesterday, an early bag call for GBP USD and USD CHF. One was the gold going up and the other was going down. I didn't go crazy managing both. That's how you do it, bro. That's how you do it, Ant. Yes, Mitchell. That's what you do. I'm waiting. That's a good area. I'm in that little 17-14 area. Quick house money. Good shit. I love you guys. I'm out. I'm gonna head to the gym, beat my body up, and keep this actual energy flowing. About to keep this energy flowing before we get on to open bail at 6:15. I love y'all, man. Y'all make the rest of your day the best of your day. And just to give you guys an update. Hold on, let me come out of the computer on. Y'all remember that $88 account that we were basically trading on, right? I want to show y'all. I wanted to show y'all to y'all's face because a lot of people don't believe that you can grow small money. But you have to be willing to allow small money to grow. Understand that. $10, $20, $30 on a small ass account, that's like 20-30%. That was at $88 last week. You see? That's a live account. That is a commission that I got off of Coinbase that I just transferred in a Forex account. And I started trading micro mini lots on it. And growing 3%, 3%. Imagine right now I can withdraw $88 and still have $300 to play with. Do you understand that? I can withdraw $88.89 and still have $300 to play with and grow $300 because it's strictly the market's money. Said, go to a pair on a blank chart and show me how you approach the market and draw it up starting from your higher time frame so I can look. Yo, and you might have to give me that's like a 250 push-up request. And 50 of them on you, like handstand push-ups, bro. But I got you. USD JPY. Let's go to CAD JPY. We ain't touched it. Or fuck it. Let's go to NZD JPY. Yeah, let's go here. Let's go to the week. Let's reset. Let's get her dirty, get her clean. And you 3 minutes outside my call, bro. Here we go. Looking at this, I don't even need it. I don't even need it. Where NZD at? Yeah, I don't even need it. Watch this. You got a slingshot right here on the weekly. On granny pairs, if I was finna trade NZD/JPY, there's a trend right here on the weekly, bro. Right here. That's a weekly trend line rejection. I would let her come down a little more. I would take my very first entry right here, and I would swing trade that from here to here. I would literally hold that like that and watch her break zones. Right there, bing. Come back, bing. Break this area here, retest it, boom, because she's gonna sell from here. Retest back into that area, bing, and ride her all the way up here to this new area up here. And then you can use this trend line right here, the same trend, and ride it up just like that. Bink, bink, bink. Every red candle I'm buying. Buying, bing, buying, bing, buying, bing, buying, bing, like that. There you go. Super simple. If I was day trading it, 4 hour. Boom. If I'm day trading, watch this. Anthony, watch this. Day trading, all I need is the day. I need bearings. I need, boom. I'll take a daily high because we got rejection. Buy out. I'll take yesterday's previous day, daily low, but I'm gonna go to the 200 versus the floor. And I'll go right here, boom, because I know it likes to come to the 200 because it's a magnet. I'll choose the 200, buy out. That will be my floor. The 4 hour right there, 200 right there. Buying the gaps. That's how I would do it. I would like the market to come right here, which is probably the weekly trend, and blast back off. And it also give me a double bottom right there. There you go. Boom. Go drop. Oh, I see her. I know. She's back at 23. It's bearish. It's bearish. That's what I say. You got to grab money quick. It gives you 30 pips. Take your money. That's a bearish candle. That's a big ass red candle. It has 500 pips of selling pressure. You see? Look. Pull the measure out. And I got to go after this. Here's your measure. Boom. It has 550 pips of selling pressure right now. So it don't have 400 or 500 pips of buying pressure right now. It has its selling pressure. So if you see a rejection of 30 pips, take that money because it's your very first trade. It's 5:06, it's 8 o'clock wherever you are, or 6 in the morning wherever you're at. See? I love y'all. Y'all make the rest of your day the best of your day. I'm out. YouTube, make sure you get your screenshot. Make sure you share me on your Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the live. Make sure you like the live. Yo, TikTok, I appreciate everything. I appreciate the 13,000 likes you guys served up for me this morning. I appreciate anybody that you also asked questions. Just to give you guys a direct explanation, let me turn my camera around. I am the #1 digital educator in North of America, teaching any individual that wants to learn how to fish in the financial markets. I do this for a living. This is what I do. I'm in my home. I'm in Las Vegas. We have an organization. We're the #1 trading organization on the globe. Hands down. #1 trading organization on the globe. Hands down. We have one of the most successful day traders that has ever entered into day trading. Understand that. I teach technical analysis. I teach people when to buy, when to sell, when to get in, when to get out. What is a buying pattern? What is a selling pattern? What is liquidity? What is gaps? What is order block? We teach all of these things. And eventually you're going to have to learn the language so you can teach your kids. So this is what we do. And if you want to join that community, shoot me a DM and say, yo, Mr. H, I was just on your live and I would like some more information about joining that community. Not only this, let me warn you, there's a whole bunch of fucking scammers out there acting like Mr. H. They will get on there and they say, hey, I need you to buy Bitcoin and take a screenshot and send it to me. I don't need your Bitcoin. I will never ask you to send me money. I'm not interested in flipping your money. I'm interested in educating you and making money with you, not off you. This is the difference between me and you. So I personally would never enter in your DMs, and if I enter in your DMs, it's because you dropped a comment for me to comment to DM you, and I would just give you my phone number. It starts with 702 because I'm in Vegas and ends in 4243. Don't let these scammers give you these bullshit WhatsApp number. I have an iPhone, so you can FaceTime me. Understand that? Yeah, my guy said I would like to join. Shoot me a text. Shoot me a text on TikTok. I'll shoot you my number. You can shoot me a text. We can chop it up while I'm on my way to the gym. I'll send you the link. We'll sign you up, walk you through, and then get you going. And then you'll be right there in the community. You'll get all the actual information. You will trade with me live daily. You'll get all that. I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's amazing. I don't understand like why people don't like just boom, 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 boom. I know motherfuckers FOMOing into red candles, but won't FOMO into education. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. Y'all make the rest of your day the best of your day. Deuces. Make sure you DM me, guys. New achievement, 80 hours live on TikTok, YouTube. 80 hours live. Boom. Yo, let's go. We had over 1,000 viewers, 48 new followers, 14,000 likes, 99 diamonds. Oh my God, this is beautiful, y'all. This is beautiful. Y'all want to hear some stats, YouTube? Let me hear y'all some stats. I had 54% male viewership, 45% female viewership. From ages 18 to 24, I kept their attention 11% of the whole live. Do you just understand what I just did in an hour? I kept attention of 11% of 18-year-olds and 24-year-olds here in the United States. I had a 78% United States viewership at 4 in the morning over here. Y'all understand these stats? From 25 to 34, I had a 33% engagement. Do you understand where 25-year-olds and 34-year-olds are right now in today's world? They're struggling finding purpose. They're trying to figure things out. And then I had the 35 plus of 56%. The people who are saying, bro, I gotta fucking change my life fast because I'm almost fucking 40. Y'all better be real, keep it real. I'm just keeping it real. I'm reading you direct stats, y'all. I'm giving you direct stats. I'm giving you direct stats. That shit is fire. That shit is fire. I love y'all. I love y'all. I'm telling y'all, that shit's fire. I'm telling you. And this is organic. This is all organic. This is all organic. I love it.